Avatar Yangchen was widely known as one of the greatest avatars in history. She was known for her compassion, empathy, as well as her political decision making. From the Dawn of Yangchen novel, we now know a lot more about the early life of Yangchen. There was a specific use of airbending that Yangchen performed in the book that was totally unexpected given her personality. This technique rivals and easily surpasses the technique that Zahir used to bend the air out of the lungs of the Earth Queen in Legend of Korra. So stick around to find out and enjoy this video about Avatar Yangchen. So we know a lot more about Yangchen from the Dawn of Yangchen novel. First, she was the avatar before Kuruk and was widely respected around the world. She was feared for her willingness to do whatever was required to maintain balance and peace in the world. As the Avatar, she could obviously bend all four elements, and she could also heal through waterbending. Yangchen healing people became so well known around the world. It was one of her most iconic abilities. People even prayed to Yangchen in the face of other present avatars like Kyoshi. Because of her role as the Avatar, there were no threats of war for an entire generation after her death into the life of Avatar Kuruk. She made very good political decisions and navigated several conflicts and made deals between the spirits and humans. Despite the image of Yangchen, she constantly used manipulation, espionage, and deceit to her advantage throughout her life. This is demonstrated in the Dawn of Yangchen novel. So here is just a brief summary of the plot of the book. So the book revolves around Yangchen wanting to make a difference in the world in her early life. She wanted to fix the extreme divide in the quality of life between the rich and the poor in the Earth Kingdom. She started in the city of Bin-Ur and eventually recruited a waterbender by the name of Kavik to help her out. She found herself needing a secret group of people she could trust and work with towards her goal, given that so many people and representatives around the world always kept watch of her. They investigate the Unanimity Project, which was a plan to put all the power in the Earth Kingdom to the wealthy merchants and leadership in the trade cities known as the Shangs. Near the end of the book, Yangchen and Kavik find out that Project Unanimity is actually a group of 3 combustion benders, and their plan was to take control of the major cities by force. This was a super cool reveal, as it was a mystery of what Project Unanimity was, and shows that combustion bending existed hundreds of years before the era of Avatar Aang. Once Yangchen and Kavik found out about the combustion benders, they know they have to take them out. They are set up in 3 different positions around Bin-Ur and start making explosions around the city to cause massive damage. They go to the first safe house, and Yangchen insists that she confronts the combustion bender alone without any help. The reality was that she didn't want her companions to see the technique she was about to do. This technique involved Yangchen removing all of the air from the room where the combustion bender was through airbending, causing him to pass out. She would essentially suffocate him, but only to the point where they would pass out before they would actually die. She was able to do this to 2 out of the 3 combustion benders, and was able to take out the 3rd one with some help from her companions. She actually ended up healing the 3rd one and saving her since she was badly injured from an arrow in her chest. Going back to her airbending technique, I was absolutely shocked that Yangchen did this. I suppose it was a quick and efficient method that didn't cause any major damage, like how traditional bending would, but still, it seems like a technique that would definitely not be approved in the culture of the Air Nation. All it takes is a little mistiming or miscalculation to actually end up killing the target. This seems like a technique that should be forbidden, but you have to realize that Yangchen likely learned this technique from someone in her early life. The novel never specifies that Yangchen created this technique, and it seems like something an experienced airbender must have came up with, not a child, even though she was the Avatar. In my opinion, this bending surpasses that of Zahir when he killed the Earth Queen, because Yangchen essentially did that for an entire room. It's such a crazy connection to make, given that Yangchen and Zahir couldn't be more different. The only rationale I can think of is that she was taught this technique as a last-ditch type effort for desperate situations. I seriously doubt a technique like this is widespread throughout the Air Nation. Once Yangchen takes care of the combustion benders, that pretty much wraps up the Dawn of Yangchen novel. We do have confirmation that a second book will be coming featuring Yangchen, so that's definitely something to look forward to. So that's pretty much it for this video. I really enjoyed learning more about Yangchen and exploring all of these different varieties and forms of bending in the Avatar universe. Definitely don't let Yangchen's looks deceive you, because she knew how to get things done and clearly did everything in her power to achieve her goals and maintain balance, even if that means relying on some violent and somewhat immoral techniques like the one I described. Let me know your thoughts on Yangchen and her airbending technique, and thanks so much for watching.